Good evening. Welcome on a nice, beautiful night for our season finale here. If you have a chance, next Thursday night we'll be playing at the Discovery Center in combination with the Hibbing City Band. Start our program off tonight, as we always do. We'll do the national anthem. For tonight's concert, as long as it's the last one, and you know that we always have a big treat. Phil Troutwine, and between he and the Shortstops and the Starkovich Distributing, they've provided us with some drinks and some ice cream, so you can avail yourself to it at any time. This just reminded me that this first started, Bob Baldrica and Phil were very, very close friends, and they started this. Phil has continued the tradition, so thanks, Phil. Our first march tonight is the Minnesota March. We do it a little bit like they do it for the football team, etc., the athletics. So if you get the urge when you hear us singing, you're welcome to join in and sing the melody. Minnesota March, Sousa. Next is another uptune named the Silver Quill. It was dedicated to the American business press. I suppose that's how it got its name, the Quill. Anyhow, it's written by a person named Dale Harpman, and I love the story behind it. And we're here, and a lot of times we bring people with us to observe the concerts, etc. Dale, when he was a sixth grader, went to a concert by the United States Marine Band and fell in love with it, started playing the trombone, ended up with a music degree, ended up in the Marine Band, and he's the assistant director of the Marine Band. So just imagine that. You know, you wonder sometime when you take somebody along with you to one of these programs, you never know the effect that it's going to have. And this happens many times. The Silver Quill. Told you tonight was going to be fun. So we have a tune that we call Concerto for Drum Set and Concert Band by Larry Neek. It's going to be three different styles of music that you will hear, all enjoyable. The first part starts off with a 60s rock and roll type of tune. They say all of Sandy Nelson, who was a drummer in many studios in LA. And the second one is a jazz waltz, a la Joe Morello, which is a big name in drumming. And then the final one is a swing style, and it's as Gene Krupa would have done it, who was a drummer with the Benny Goodman Band. On the drum set, we have our Kevin Szumal. He was raised in Ashland, Wisconsin, went to UW Superior, met my former student at UWS, another percussionist and great keyboardist, Amy Newcomb, and they ended up married. The best thing he ever did in his life is marry somebody from here. So, he's done a lot of playing in his lifetime. He taught down in a school district, Dawson Boyd, down in the southwestern part of the state. And he's also played drums with many different groups. One of them that I always remember that he has done is Randy Lee, which is a big name group in the Duluth area. Presently, he and Dan Melby are partners at the Rock Ridge Music Department. So, Kevin Szumal.
Thank you.
I warned you. I told you it was going to be fun, right? Yeah. So, things don't change. They'll continue on that way. Next on our program, first of all, I'll do my thank yous. Thanks to everybody that helps out with these concerts. Number one thank you goes to you folks for coming. We wouldn't have a city band if we didn't have an audience. That just, it means so much to the city. So, right. And thanks so much to these people for playing. You know, sacrificing a Tuesday and a Thursday night. That's a big deal. And my partner, it's funny how it came about, but Bob knew that it was time for him to step down, and I would just tell him, Bob, just shut up and direct, that's all. You're going to be back here next year, that's it. So one night at our rehearsal, he came up and said, I've been replaced, I've appointed somebody, and he appointed Ryan. What a job Bob did before he, yeah, thank you, Bob. And you have to remember that by the time we're done tonight, we've probably done maybe 58 or 59 different tunes. That means pulling the old ones out, putting the new ones in the folders and getting them done. It's a huge job and getting it together. And Marie and Ryan Freitas took excellent care of that. It was just getting to a point where I didn't know how I was going to do it. They're both excellent teachers and excellent band directors at their respective schools. Again, thanks to Phil and the Shortstops and to Starkovich Distributing for doing this for our concerts. I don't ask and beg, he just tells me we're going to do it. So that's just great. Also to the Parks and the crew down at the arena, they've done just a remarkable job with us. And getting the equipment back and forth, you probably noticed the big trailer behind us of Dan Melby's. They packed that thing and moved the stuff back and forth, and what a job they've done. And he can hardly wait till they're talking about next year already, so here you go. So when you're on your way to the Village Inn, on your way home tonight, they'll be running to Rock Ridge High School to unload a bunch of timpani and all chimes and all kinds of equipment like that, and getting that put away for the start of their school year, which is coming up in a month. Oh, I shouldn't have told them that. Yeah. So one of the things that I'm really lousy at is publicity, and so this year I asked Ruth Jason to do it, and she's done a remarkable job. And the person that made it so much easier was Linda Tyson. Oh man, she just insists that the paper takes care of us. So thank you, Linda. And now it's time for curtain call. We've done this one before. It's just a fun vaudeville thing. I think one of the neat parts about it is we got 3 wild tuba players back there. Two of them are radio announcers, and if you happen to listen to several of the radio stations, you hear them talking about our concert. I heard one this afternoon, an ad on the radio. And so Tom and Dennis are both radio people that do their part for the publicity also. They've got a really, really neat little tuba part in there. You'll hear it later in the tune. Curtain Call by John Wasson. If you haven't had a chance to hear tubas next December when we do Tuba Christmas, be there because that's a treat. Christmas music, December 9th. He just hollered out. He's already got it organized. I'll be getting the emails pretty soon. That's one thing about this group. Never in my life have I seen such an enthusiastic group. They just, I've got stuff coming on my computer, people telling me, oh, this is the most fun I've ever had and stuff like that. So if you got youngsters, grandkids, anybody else in band, get them into band because it is a fun thing to do. We're going to finish my part of the program with happy music. I've never seen polka music done that where people have frowns on their faces. In fact, about a month ago, they did the 50th anniversary of the polka mass at the Resurrection Church in Eveleth with a group from Minneapolis playing and a bunch of singers, etc. I have to tell you that I've never seen so many smiles in my life, and I just love it. You know, that's just heartwarming to see the big smiles on the people's faces, and it reminds me of Bob when if you guys remember Steve Kersey, after every concert he'd walk by, what's the matter, can't you guys play a polka? So here we are, we're going to play 3 of them for you. One is called the Pennsylvania Polka, then My Melody of Love. The last one is Beer Barrel Polka.
My stupid brain feels like summer just started, and here we are, our last city band concert already. So time flies when you're having fun, I guess, right? We'll start off my half of the concert with another march, Them Basses by G.H. Huffine. So normally the low end of our band, the low reeds, the low brass, they don't get the melody very often. They may get it for a few bars, but then they give it back to the usual suspects, the woodwinds and the trumpets and so on, the upper woodwinds. But this march is different because they get the melody, the low folks get it the whole time, and I'm sure they're just real excited about that. But it's a different kind of march, and that kind of makes sense when I did my research about Huffine, because he was a little bit different too. He was born in Kentucky, he had no musical training, and then at 18 years old, he's working at the axe handle factory, of all places, and he decides, I want to join the town band. At 18 years old, never done a thing with music before in his life. So they told him, go get yourself a valved trombone, for reasons, and a music book. And that's what he started with. And eventually he learned how to play tuba, and he self-taught himself to become a composer. And this is, of course, his most famous composition, and it's a fitting one to start with because we've got a kick-butt low section back there. Them Basses. Next up is something a little bit different, something you'll recognize, but not exactly in its original form. So Choose Joy by Randall Standridge. He's a younger band composer that I like to program a lot because he writes interesting stuff, especially in the percussion section. We always have to keep them busy back there, right? So the sad reason for this song that Standridge was commissioned to write this by a band director that he had worked with before, and the reason for the commission was to commemorate a former student who had just graduated that from this high school at 20 years old, developed stage 4 brain cancer. So what a terrible thing. But through it all, their family's motto, her motto and her family's motto was choose joy. And they just wanted to live every day to their best. And so that's what they chose to title this piece, is Choose Joy. The music is very light and energetic, and you will hear elements of Beethoven's Ode to Joy if you listen in here. Some of them are obvious, some of them are not as obvious. So your brain, you'll have a light bulb moment every so often when you hear that. Choose Joy. Next, we'll do something a little more on the tender side, and again, something you will recognize, Loch Lomond, this version by Frank Tikelly. Tikelly is a famous band composer. He always writes interesting and complex music. He takes something that's simple and he expands upon that idea, and it really takes maximum 110% brain power for us here to really do everything Tikelly wants us to do. But that's what makes it fun in a way. Loch Lomond, of course, is a Scottish folk song of soldiers singing about their beautiful homeland, returning home after war with England. 2 soldiers were imprisoned. One was released and one was executed. So one took the high road and one took the low road. You'll also hear a little bit of a mashup towards the end with Danny Boy. Some of the section will play Danny Boy while everyone else is playing Loch Lomond. So that's a really pretty interplay of those 2 pieces. Hope you enjoy. We're going to go to a musical now, an actual musical, Phantom of the Opera by Andrew Lloyd Webber. Of course, maybe the most famous musical theater composer. Some of his credits include Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Jesus Christ Superstar, Evita, and Cats, and of course this one, Phantom of the Opera. The pieces from this musical we'll be playing is the main theme, the Phantom of the Opera, All I Ask of You, Think of Me, Angel of Music, and then of course Music of the Night. So let me check my list of thank yous that I did independently of Bill. Let's see if I got any that he missed. The city council and mayor, thank you to those folks for sponsoring our organization, giving us a budget every year to run this. Not every town has a band, and not every band is as rocking as ours. So, thank you to them for making this possible. And I think Bill said this one already, but the city staff and the Iron Trail Motors Event Center staff, thank you. They've been very accommodating to us and moving our things, the chairs and stands, and they've been great to work with, especially on a few weeks ago when we had to have it inside. So thank you to those folks for helping us and making sure that all the nitty-gritty stuff is taken care of. Thank you to young Mason over here who has been recording the concerts and putting them on YouTube afterwards. Thank you very much, Mason. The treats, of course. Thank you. And I'm sure we've all gone up for seconds, of course. Feel free, right? Although the band members might want some too, so maybe. I don't know. We'll see. The band members, like Bill said, I want to thank the band members for giving up 2 nights of their evening and for making this such a fun event. I always look forward to concerts and rehearsals even, because this is just a fun group of people up on stage. The Rockridge directors, Kevin and Daniel, thank you to them for letting us use their percussion equipment and, doing all that stuff. And the trailer, of course, Mr. Melby's trailer. If you need some work done, there's a phone number on there. Give him a call. I'm sure he'd be happy to help you out. I also want to thank Ruth. Ruth again. Thank you, Ruth, for getting our stuff in the paper. I know Bill did that already. Also, thank you to Joey Nemec. She manages our social media stuff. So thank you, Joey, for doing that as well. I want to thank my wife, Marie, as well. She helps me so much with the behind-the-scenes stuff. Someone told me once that being a band director was 20% making music with the people and 80% other not fun stuff. And so she really helps me with that 80% to get all that done. I couldn't do a thing without her. So thank you, Marie. Also, I want to thank Bill, my conducting partner. He and I work really well together. I have a lot of fun. I've learned a lot from him over the years, and he's just great to work with. We're a good team. We're a united front, and if one of us falters, the other one picks the other one up. So thank you, Bill, for being so good to work with. And, of course, finally, I'll say it as well. Thank you to all of you for being here. Music is meant to be shared. It wouldn't have as much meaning if it was just us doing this for our own enjoyment. We always have great audiences here. We appreciate it. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming and supporting us this season, and as you always do. And our next number will conclude our season, although there is a bonus extra performance next week. You've heard about it. Next Thursday, 7 p.m. at the Discovery Center in Chisholm. So hope you can make it there to that. But we'll end our season in Virginia here with Stars and Stripes Forever. You heard it at the Patriotic Concert, but we like to end it one more time. So thank you all again very much for coming. Thank you for a fun season, and we'll see you next year for sure.